is no way that both of those reporters just said that out loud. Let me give a shout out to my support system. And this time, this shout out goes to Brianna, baby, because she been keeping me in the loop. Much love. It is much appreciated. Thank you very much. Now back to the video. Y'all remember when I told you this? If you have family in the Caribbean, call them now. Get them on the next flight out of the Caribbean right now. You guys are being told that it's a hurricane. It is not a hurricane. Y'all don't listen. Don't listen. Watch. Don't listen and see what happens. You've been warned. And do you also remember when I told you?
Do y'all believe they could have woken the beast trying to do some research? Because listen, astronauts, right, going to the moon doesn't exist. But one thing I could tell you is what they are researching is the sea, the waters, the rivers, the lakes, all that, everything underwater. They are researching and they are discovering, different shit. So, I mean, I've said it before. I feel as though there could be like a little portal or something that could lead you to like another plane or some shit like that, maybe, but it's not in the sky. Whatever it is, everything right around us has to do with the waters. So, I mean, for y'all to understand where I'm coming from, y'all would have to go out there and really go dive deep into this rabbit hole, into our history, our ancestors, us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't want to confuse nobody, but it's kind of like from me doing my research, everything leads back to the waters, guys. It really does. Like I seen this guy break down where Mars was at, and Mars is here on Earth. A lot of these planets that they say they traveled with, with rocket ships and all that, they did all these videos and all that using different lands here on Earth. Different cities.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Wait, but I also feel that when you're saying about the dragons, but I was saying aliens, but I feel like basically long back though when they were first here before we were there, because there were beings before us. I feel like basically that they're cross dimensional beings though. They could just basically travel from one place to another place, and they can go from one dimension to another dimension, and pretty much at some point, when we came, they probably, lost the ability to come to this place. So that's why, they don't no longer exist in our dimension or our realm, our plane. No, they don't exist on our plane because they lost the ability to do that. They could have been cross-dimensional type of thing.
I get what you're coming from. See, for people to understand this, y'all have to go all the way up to physics, right? Sit here, learn about physics, open up them history books, learn about the gods, the goddesses, about the creators. You know what's crazy? Not so long ago, I sat here and I didn't even know that there was two movies that was a part of Alien, right? And I sat here and I started watching them all in order. And the first one, right, which is the prequels to the Alien saga and shit like that. It's called Prometheus. I can't say his name right. Right? I started reading about it, and I'm like, oh shit, he had parts in allegedly the human creation. So he used his fire for mankind when they was being made out of clay. So I'm saying like, oh shit, it's crazy how they got this on aliens. And if you go deep into the Predators, right, when you watch the Predator saga, you can't just watch the movies. You have to watch you have to watch, you hear me? You have to read the comic books to understand the movies because they go hand in hand. That's why a lot of people be lost on the movie Predator. And what's crazy, aliens and predators go hand in hand too.
Yeah, and then they made a cross, thing called Alien versus Predator.
You got to go back. Like it goes deep into the history. They talk about our ancestors in these movies and shit like that. So I was like, yo, I get it. It's entertainment, but there's also messages deep within these movies. I love watching horror movies for a reason. I'm a real horror fan. Like for real, for real. And
I
I'll
get
watch a
you on
horror
that stuff.
before I
For
watch an
me, I
action movie
cannot
or a
watch
drama
horror
movie.
movies at night. I can't watch them at night. I might get nightmares, so I don't watch them at night, but I can watch them during the day or afternoon. It's not that I'm scared or anything. It's just that you know what you watch before you sleep can affect how how you dream and stuff. So that's why I don't watch horror movies at night because I don't want nightmares. I
Yeah,
tried
with
that
me,
before and I got them.
with me is that see out of the action movies and drama movies, I learn a lot about the messages hitting in from the government, right? When it comes to the horror movies, I've learned a lot when it comes to, our history, our spiritual world, our zodiac sign. It's like, it's crazy as hell, but yeah, I've learned a lot. Like, people are like, mm-mm. I'm like, look, listen, I listen to the movie. I don't say I believe everything I watch, but what I'm saying is there are messages hitting. If you go search and deep dive into this shit, you're going to realize that a lot of this shit is in the history books. They just sit here and turn it into a movie, make it into entertainment, fun and shit for us to watch, and twist it around into their own, story. But if you
Mhm.
pay attention, there's a message in each movie. But not everybody thinks like that. So let's listen to what he's got to say about the dragons.
Do this. There is a second Leviathan moving its head, people. Where they're having earthquakes around the mouth area and it's moving. Venezuela just had an earthquake last night at this place called the Dragon's Mouth.
And this was just in July that he's talking about this. So this was July 7th, 2024. We're in August. So this was happening last month.
So here's the other dragon. Here's the nostrils. All right. These nostrils look just like, watch. Y'all paying attention? And it's bigger. Now here with the scales, and you can see his nostrils right there. All right.
It's crazy when you look at the map, you can really see the dragon.
Mhm.
And this one has more of a cobra shaped head. Okay. This one has more of a cobra shaped head. All right. And I'm telling you guys, look, it comes in and goes into the shoulder area. And you remember the spikes on top of the dragon at his shoulders? That's one right there. Florida is one of those spikes on top of the dragon. Did I or did I not warn you? I told you if you had loved ones in the Caribbean, get them on the next flight out or give you I love yous. I told you the Caribbean's going to get decimated. Now, I am also going to tell you this. It's going to continue. That was only one of 6 you're going to see this year. And when I say 6, I mean dragons, not hurricanes.
I don't know. In July, anybody's been in the Caribbeans, Florida, Puerto Rico, Jamaica? Was there bad storms and bad hurricanes in July? That's the best way to, prove this theory, right? Because if y'all was in the Caribbeans, around this month and all this was happening, that means he could be on point with something right here. He's not the only one speaking on it. I think a couple weeks ago I did TikTok reactions and somebody else was also talking about the dragons.